and we don't have a lot of time. So this is what you'd call your elevator answer, like your elevator pitch for this one. So what would you say to a young man who's falling in love with a godly woman who, has a child? Yeah, so tell us, what would you say?
I've also been asked that question.
Oh, you have?
So
okay.
You can tell it's a big issue.
Yes.
So I would say yes and no. If you meet the following conditions,
Okay.
go on and date that person.
All right.
But if you don't meet the following conditions that I'm going to...
So it's not just a blanket,
No,
yes,
it's
not just a blanket,
yes or no.
It depends.
It depends.
Yes.
Number one, I have responsibilities for the dater, someone who is pursuing,
Yes.
and the one who is being pursued.
Right.
I will call her the datee or the him.
Okay.
And let me first appreciate, Pastor, that I know in this church we have single parents.
And we love them.
And we love you so
Yes,
much.
yes.
And now this arises by two ways. One, either you made a mistake, and you know, we always say just because you got pregnant with someone does not necessarily mean you have to
Yes.
get married to them.
Yes.
Or another reason why you could be a single parent, maybe the father or the mother of the child has passed on.
Yes.
And so those two...
Or even just up and left.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, well, I need to... in Kenya we call them... I'm looking for a word, I'm forgetting. But in Isawa, let me lay out the responsibilities for the data. If you're here and you are pursuing someone who has a child,
Yes.
and you're thinking, should I not?
Should I not?
Number one, are you ready for the financial obligations that will come with that relationship?
Yes.
They have a child, he has a child. Are you ready to continue supporting them, or when money goes to that direction,
Yes.
feel it?
Yes. There's actually a quote that goes with that. I had somebody say, hope is not a financial plan.
Yes.
So don't say, I believe.
Yeah. The other one is emotional and physical readiness. You have to be there physically for that child. You have to
Also,
assume the
not
role.
just for the lady.
No.
So you're actually getting into a relationship
Yes.
with two people.
There's a
or
third
more.
party there.
Yes.
And you have to assume a physical responsibility by being there, going for school, for their school, or all these events.
So
Emotionally.
Are you ready for
Are you
that?
ready to love them? Another obligation is spiritual obligation. Are you ready to parent this child
Yes.
in the ways of the Lord? The other one is, are you ready to discipline this child with love?
Wow.
Because
yes.
that is where the rubber meets the road. In many relationships,
Yeah.
you will date and you'll be okay, you'll be happy, but when it comes
So
to
that's a
discipline,
conversation you must have with your
Yes.
girlfriend or wife to be.
actually, that is my parting shot.
Yes.
So you are, let me get there.
Oh, I'm just in the spirit.
The other one is, are you ready? You're in the spirit, yes. Do you understand that this person will not give you 100% of your time? You know, the dating experience when someone has a child,
true.
and when someone does not have a child is very
It's different. Yes.
They will tell you, niko na watoto, or I'm going to, are you ready to,
Yes.
you know, are you ready for that?
Yes.
That they'll not be there for you 100%.
Yes.
You know. Another one is, have you dealt with yourself? You know, of course, society, family will look at you and start asking you.
Are you ready for the criticism,
Yes.
for the, those people
When
who
your
say,
uncle,
are you sure?
Yes, when you go to the village and your uncle who doesn't care,
Yes.
akuulize na Brian wewe ulifikiria nini?
Yani ungepata wako.
Hapa ushago ungesema?
Wow, wote.
What? Yes.
Yes. So
Are you
should
ready
be
to
able
deal
to
with that?
defend.
Not just defend, but being at a place where you don't feel bad
Exactly.
when someone talks to you
Yes.
about that topic.
Yes.
You have settled it. Then lastly, on the data, are you mature enough to, especially when the kids are older enough, they may not like you. Ataona hii kipara yako, mimi siipendi huyu mtu.
Mazee, hapa tunanga vihara.
So are you ready to deal with
Yes.
these children don't like you? You know, people would, in situations like this, go in and start pampering and giving
And it may
gifts
affect your relationship with your...
And are you ready to, especially if they're teens or older, to know that this child does not like me, but I'm in this relationship?
Yes.
How will you deal with that?
Yeah.
Now to the datee, ule ambaye na
Now the girl or the woman
the
with
man
the
or
child.
the yes. You have to protect your children. There's usually a lot of confusion. Kids are wondering what is going on. I see this man, I see that man. First, you have to do this with integrity.
Yes.
You have to be very forthright with this.
Yes.
Be very careful how you do it.
Yes.
So you protect your children.
Yeah.
Is school unaleta home, ama you are
Leo
introducing
ni
to your
Mike,
children.
kesho ni Joe, kesho ni Frank.
Miguna
Yes.
next week.
Because they are watching.
Yes, they are watching.
yeah.
And you
So-
have to, at some point,
Yes.
explain to them what is happening.
Yeah. Actually, and even try date away from the house.
Yes.
Because, when it gets steamy and hot, they might be somewhere and you don't know.
Yes. The other issue is this, Pastor.
Yes.
Maybe you made a mistake. And in Kenya, we call them baby mama, baby daddy.
Yeah.
And they exist. They're in the
Yes.
picture.
Uh-huh.
Have you conclusively dealt with that baby mama or baby daddy?
Especially kani humundu strong.
So, akikuja hapo, how will, of course, Pastor, let's say you are a father to someone's child, and you are in a relationship with someone. That relationship will never cease. You'll still be the father of that child. At some point, they'll want to see that child. Wewe kama ndume ama as a lady, how will you feel, baby daddy or baby mama calling, say, I want to talk to my daughter?
Kwanza saa 6 ya usiku.
Yes. How will you feel? Have you dealt with that aspect? I think time is running out.
Yeah. So we
Let
might
me just
need-
finish.
Yes.
The other one is this. Have you disclosed this to your family? Because they will ask you questions. Your relatives will think, and especially in our society,
Yes.
people usually will brand you like, let me say this quote in quote, they'll think you are a prostitute.
Or you used fertilizer.
Yeah.
Your kids have really grown.
And people will brand you names. Have you dealt with that? Have you dealt with your family?
True.
And are you at a place where if your spouse disciplines your own children, you will not think they hate my children, they love my children? So in essence, if you are not at this point, the points that I have raised, please don't even go that direction. But if you are thinking, I can handle this, have a conversation, agree on matters discipline, matters faith, matters how will we treat them, matters who will have the final say in all these discussions, and it is okay.
Give it up
It is
for
okay.
Pastor Fred. Thank you so much.
Thank
You've
you,
answered
Pastor.
it very well. Let's stand up to our feet. I want to call